Cell up in the pen, you can't shake that. All the way gassed up, full tank, man. Moving too quick, keep the cameras in the playback tank. So tell me how you feel with it. You put a lid on it, I ain't got no chill with it.
Tony with Fast Intentions, and we're gonna give you a nice detailed walk around of what we've done to One Bad Bronco in preparation for Baja California EXO July 2022. So in doing this build for Tess and her Bronco, we wanted to try to use it essentially to create parts that we can offer to the end consumer, to the Bronco community. And what I'm holding in my hand is actually going to be released on our website. These are ditch light brackets that we're making for the Gen 6 Bronco. So it's mild steel, powder coated black. You're gonna come with a pair of driver and passenger. And what these are gonna do is they're gonna essentially space up your lights. So in this case, these are Baja designs. You also have the ability to run the rigids. That's why I believe it will run it on our Bronco. And it's just gonna give you a nice clean look to give you the ability to space it up, give yourself a little bit of rotation so you can essentially change the degree or the angle if you wanna run the spots or the floods. And then specifically on the passenger side, what we were running into with our Bronco is the light was actually making contact to the antenna. So we were able to essentially just space it up and out. As you can see, it just gives everything a nice clean look. Now we know there's a lot of brackets on the market. There's a lot of different variations. Some of them essentially have more of a rectangular or a box style design where there's a gap and you can see through them. We just wanted to give you a nice clean sheet metal finished product look that's black powder coated with a tight wrinkle. So stay tuned for those. If you have any questions on them, feel free to ask. These are going to be on our website, if they're not already, relatively soon. So coming in over here, we were able to install it's a very similar style font and logo what we did on our Bronco. Little less obtrusive, little less overbearing, and it's just nice and clean, and it fits in here super sleek. It's a nice little touch right there. And it's great that we have the representation of our customers that want to rep the brand. We really appreciate that. Super excited to show you this piece. What I'm holding in my hand is a prototype, a second article, something of such, of what we're going to be coming out with for a chase, or if you'd like to call it, trail light bracket. And in this case, this is mimicking what the trim ring shroud or for the wheel cap would be on the Method style wheel that's on the back of this. And it's essentially allowing you and giving you a mounting point for your chase lights back here. And as you can see on the bracket, they would essentially bolt in here. Now, what's gonna vary different from this versus the one we're gonna put in production? We're gonna make a version that's gonna be universal that'll fit on any style wheel in regards to fitting on the back of this vehicle. So you won't specifically have to have OEM or a Method style wheel. I'm sure a lot of you guys are running something different, so we wanna try to be able to accommodate as many as we can. This is gonna be a great piece coming soon. Tucked away, hard to see, the hammer-built spare tire reinforcement for your tailgate. This is a great piece when you're out in the desert and you're beating it up and it's bouncing around, to have that extra support to hold the weight of your 35 or your 37. This is gonna come in really handy to take a lot of that stress off of the tailgate, actually the skin of the tailgate, and it bolts directly into your factory hinging point right here and right here. Now, in addition to that, and I believe you can get this as an upgrade, they have this 90-degree bracket that's essentially a second tailgate bracket that comes off, and this allows you to add accessories. In this case, what we did was we added PCI radios antenna, which is gonna work in conjunction with the two-way radio installed in the vehicle. That's gonna obviously give us our range. All in all, that's a nice clean setup. You have another mounting point here in the event that you wanted to add an additional accessory. We have our Rotopax 2-gallon water tank and 2-gallon fuel tank that are installed. And you do have the option here where you can either have a locking system or a system that does not lock. That is your choice. In this case, everything here is bolted essentially to this second bracket that's coming off that I stated earlier regarding this antenna. And that's essentially how we are affixing these two to the vehicle right here. This is a great setup to have when you're out there. All right, so moving inside the cargo area, there was a lot of speculation how we were going to mount this, how everything was going to work. We actually had Pro Eagle reach out to us multiple times, and they were curious themselves how we were going to make this work in this situation here. So as you can see, this jack is fairly tight. The bottle is affixed as well, and we created this nice mild steel bracket that we had wrinkle black powder coated. This is a prototype. We're going to be putting something in production that's going to work in conjunction with Pro Eagle for their Talon as well as their Beast. Their Talon being their 1.5 ton as well as their Beast being a 2-ton jack. And everything is fixed in here, super easy. You can just pull these straps off and the jack lifts up and out. And here's the beautiful thing. with the location of where we put it, you still have the ability to access this little cubby down here. So if you want to store things down there and what you ever need to use it for, you're not blocking that in the case of this. The BUILTRIGHT Industries MOLLE compatible cargo panels here. We're still going to add some recovery equipment, first aid kit, tie down straps, things of such nature in there. She's got her tie down strap. She still has the ability. You can still fit a cooler in here. And what you would do for the event is you're going to tie that down so that's not bouncing around everywhere. Unobtrusive, still have storage space as you can see. It's going to perform really well out in the environment. One more thing I want to show you. So what Dan, our engineer, did is he was able to mount this ICOM two-way radio, UHF, into this custom location here inside the center console. And then he created this little trim piece, if you will, to give it essentially an OEM look, so it looked factory. Everything closes if you need it to. You have your whip here, you have your two-way transmitter here. Do what you got to do, talk. All in all, it's a great setup. We did the exact same setup in our Bronco. Very similar build all around. Really looking forward to getting after it in a couple days out in the desert, seeing what these things can do, put them through the paces. And we're going to report back. We'll have a ton of footage. We'll have a ton of content to give you guys as the consumer. We're really enjoying diving into this market. This Bronco market is definitely new for us. It's great to explore something different. Everyone has been super supportive. The EXO guys are phenomenal. Pro Eagle guys, RPG, SVC, King Shocks, everyone we have dealt with is really, really solid thus far. And we're super excited to be part of this. Galpin Autosports, the off-rodeo event we attended. Again, everything we have done has been super great. So we're really excited to keep pressing this forward, do some builds, meet some really cool customers out there, maybe get some more builds out of this, and showcase what the quality we can put out there. So I'm Tony with Fast Intentions. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.